What's going on YouTube? This is Russell with Capstone Home Theater in Little Elm, Texas, and we've got a pretty cool little install that we're going to be doing for you guys today. We're actually at my house, and my lovely wife has made a special request to have some music in the laundry room and on our patio. So today we're going to be pulling some wire to both of those locations because our house was not pre-wired. And then we're going to show you how to install two MartinLogan IC6-ST speakers, one in drywall and one in whatever our patio ceiling's made of. It's a little bit tougher than drywall, but we've got the tools to do it. And in this video, we're going to show you what you need to get that done. Once we get the speaker wires run and the speakers installed, we're going to be connecting them to our HEOS drive, which is right over here. I don't know if you guys can see that right there, but we've got our HEOS drive. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 different zones that this can power. We've currently got it powering my wife's office and the garage. Then we'll have laundry room and patio, and we'll show you how to control that through the HEOS app and how to listen to music throughout your whole house. So, without further ado, we're going to run up into the attic and drop our rod in the hole that we've already poked up there and get our speaker wire run to both speaker locations, and then we'll measure and make our cuts. So now that we've got our rod dropped in the wall, where we've got our 2-gang pass-through plate, we've got our 16-4 wire that we're going to be running just behind us into the laundry room. We're just going to pull our rod out of the wall. Got our rod out of the wall. Now we're just going to tape this up and pull it into the attic, and we're going to drop it just on top of our ceiling right there, right where we've got our stencil. Oh, there we go. Right where we've got our stencil for the speaker. So we're right in between our 2 can lights right there. And once we get that speaker wire dropped, we're going to show you a little trick to make sure you don't run into any of the joists in the attic, which would definitely give us a big headache, which we definitely don't want. So let's move this back over here, and let me get that taped up, and we'll pull that into the attic and move on to the next step. Now that we've got our 16-4 speaker wire pulled from where the rack is to where we want the speaker to be, we've gone ahead and used our stud finder to find where our studs are to make sure we don't run into them, because if we do, well, we're going to have a big problem and a big mess to clean up, which we definitely don't want. These stud finders are great. However, sometimes they can give you a false reading where the drywall sheets come together. So, to avoid any large headaches, little pro tip that I like to recommend for people is to get a very small Phillips head screwdriver. And what we're going to do is we're just going to poke this directly through the center of our speaker template, through the drywall into the attic, and that's going to allow us to do 2 things. One, we're actually going to go into the attic and clear some of the insulation out of the way so that we don't get an insulation bath down here. And secondly, if there is a joist or a piece of wood or something that we don't want to run into, that's where we plan on putting our speaker, this will let us know without, creating a huge hole in the ceiling. We can just get some putty and putty over, a very small hole rather than about a 7-inch cutout. So let's go ahead and poke our Phillips head screwdriver through our ceiling. All right, there we go. And we know, since we're dead center, we'll have about, we'll just call it 4 inches to be safe on either side of this. there's nothing in the way, we're good to go. We can use our carpenter's pencil to stencil out the area we want to cut, and then we can cut out our drywall and get our speaker installed. So let's move up to the attic and see where our screwdriver poked through. Alright guys, so we're up in the attic, and right now we're just moving some of the insulation out of the way so that when we cut that speaker into the ceiling, we don't get an insulation bath. And as you can see, let's see if we can get as close to that as possible. That right there is our tiny little screwdriver. And as you can see, we've got our joist here. And a little further back, we're all in the clear, here. We'll just have to be mindful of this exhaust vent right here, that we don't nick that when we're punching through. But looks like we're in the clear and we're free to start cutting. So I'll see you back down inside and we'll start making our cuts. Oh, before we do that, we've obviously pulled our speaker wire over here. So let's go ahead and get that ready so that when we make our cut, we don't have to come back up here. Because if you guys are also in Texas like I am, it is hot up here during the summers. So there's our speaker wire right there. We're just gonna leave that just off to the side. That way we don't nick that as well. And once we make our cut, we'll just be able to easily reach up here and grab that. All right, I'm gonna head back down and we'll see you once we start making our cuts. All right guys, so we just popped out of the attic, and now we've definitely confirmed that we're not gonna run into any of our joists up there. We've got our speaker wire dropped just on the other side of the ceiling. So now we're ready to pencil out our stencil. And just in case, I did this earlier, but just so everybody knows, we've got exactly 24 inches between our lights, and so we've got the center of the speaker right at 12 inches, just to make sure everything's nice, neat, and lined up. So we're going to trace around our stencil, and now we're ready to make our cuts. So we've got our drywall saw. Let's get to it. There we go. Set that off to the side. Everything's looking good up there. Get some of this drywall off of us. And we put our speaker wire just over here. And there we go. So we'll go ahead and split this guy and get it ready for the speaker and get that guy installed. And whenever you're putting these guys in the ceiling, just make sure you're mindful of which way our tweeters are pointed so that we get the best possible stereo sound in the space. There we go. Those are plugged in. We just got to tighten these down and we should be pretty close to finished. Okay, let's just get the speaker grill on there, and then we'll go ahead and play some music through the Hios drive. All right, we've got our nice white magnetic grill that we're just going to put right over the top. Let the magnets do the work, and there you go. We're all finished. So we're going to clean up in here, and once we've cleaned up and moved all of our work stuff out to the patio, we'll fire it up, give you a little demo, and see how it sounds. And there you go, guys. That is our stereo MartinLogan speaker that is now in the laundry room, and we've got a little bit of music playing through there right now. Let's get a little closer. Get a little closer, that way you guys can see how clean and crisp that looks. All right, so now whenever it's time to do laundry, we don't have to do it in silence. We can listen to some music if we'd like. If you guys are looking to have something like this done in your home, give us a call, shoot us a text message, send us an email down below. We'd be happy to do a walkthrough of your home and let you know what the options are for distributed audio. We also handle media rooms, landscape speakers in the backyard. It's summertime and a lot of people are going to be outside swimming, grilling, all kinds of cool things. So whatever your home audio video needs are, please give Capstone a call, text, or shoot us an email. We'd be happy to help you out. If you'd like the video and you got any value from it, please give us a like and a subscribe. And if you've got any tips or tricks on how to run speaker wire or install speakers in the ceiling, let us know in the comments down below. Until next time, guys, stay cool. Bye. Hey guys, what's going on? Russell with Capstone Home Theater. Just finished up putting a stereo speaker in the laundry room so that whenever we're doing laundry, we don't have to do it in silence. While we're working on this though, we're going to be pulling a second 16-4 speaker wire to install the exact same speaker on our patio. Got a small little patio, but whenever we're out there running around with the dogs, we want to have a little bit of music while we're having a beer, maybe a glass of wine. So the space that we're going to be adding some sound is our little patio right here. And as you can see, we don't have a whole lot of space for two different, left and right stereo pairs. So just on the other side of that fan there, we're going to install a stereo speaker, one cutout footprint. But before we do that, we're going to have to pull another one of our 16-4 speaker wires up into the attic and just pull it up and over and drop it over there. So we've already got our speaker wire taped up to our rod, so I'm going to go pop up in the attic and pull that over. And once we've got that speaker wire dropped, then we'll work on cutting out the hole and getting our speaker installed. And as far as what's going to be powering that speaker, we've actually got a 4-zone speaker distribution amplifier from Hios called the Hios Drive. So right over here, we're just looking at my rack, and the Hios Drive allows us to have 4 different zones of audio that we can move, mix, and match with other zones in the house. We've got our Denon X4700 receiver, which also has 3 zones of audio as well, along with a Hios amp. Long story short, that just allows us to mix and match music in the house as we choose to. So, without further ado, let me go pull that speaker wire, and then we'll get to the fun part, the install. Hey guys, so we're back on the patio, and we've already got our 16-4 wire dropped right above us. We've got our hole cut out here. For those that want to know, we used a Sawzall and a drill, basically to put some smaller holes around the edge here, and then get our Sawzall in there, and then cut the rest of this guy out. So now that we've got our speaker wire dropped up here, let's reach up there. 1 second. There it is. All right, reach a little further. There it is. All right. So there we go, we've got our 16.4 speaker wire, and we're just gonna use our wire strippers and prep this guy for our stereo speaker. All right, and then we're just gonna strip about a 1/4 inch, maybe a 1/2 inch max of our speaker wire off over here. Once we've got these twisted off, we're going to be ready for our stereo speaker, identical to the one that we put in the laundry room. So we've got left tweeter right there, right tweeter right there, and then of course we've got our inputs for our left and right tweeter there. So we'll go ahead and get those attached right now. There we go, red to red and black to black, and there you go. Got those all plugged in nice and neat, and we're gonna make sure that our left and right tweeter are pointed this way so that when we're sitting down below, it sounds you know, as good as possible to our ears. So we're just gonna stick that right up in there in the cavity that we've created for it. Get it nice and lined up, and then let's tighten those. All right, now as you guys can see, that's nice and snug. Now we just have to put on the magnetic grill, which, as you guys saw when we set up the speaker in the laundry room, we had a white grill. Well, you'll notice we're going to be putting a black grill on this particular speaker to match the aesthetic of the paint here, just so it doesn't stand out. It's a little bit more discreet. MartinLogan ships all, I believe, of their speakers with white grills, but they are powder coated, so $5 can of flat white spray paint. Give it 2, maybe 3 coats, and you're good to go. So we'll just go ahead and pop that on there. And there you go, nice and clean. So we're gonna go ahead and turn on some music here in just a second and let you guys hear how it sounds. All right guys, we are on the patio and we've got our stereo MartinLogan speaker installed, nice and flush in line with our fan right there. And so now to give it a little sound check, sorry, the camera's bobbing around. Just gonna come down here and let's see, take a look at the HEOS app on my phone, and you can see we've got a whole bunch of different zones in the HEOS app, but the one that we're interested in is gonna be our patio, which is selected. So we're gonna come down here, go to our music, and we got all kinds of music in here, but I think a little Ray LaMontagne is worth checking out. So in just a second, we should. All right, we've got our music from Ray LaMontagne flowing through HEOS. We've got our volume right there at a nice easy 25. If we want to bump that up a little bit, let's say maybe about 35. Let you guys hear it a little bit better. And you should be able to hear that now. So now, whenever the wife and I come out here and are playing around with the dogs, just having a seat, maybe a cocktail, a glass of wine, we'll be able to listen to music effortlessly. So, now that you guys have seen how that all gets put together, if you guys are looking to have any type of outdoor audio installed in your home, please give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. My name is Russell with Capstone Home Theater. We'd be happy to help you out with your project. And outside of that, if you plan on doing it yourself and you found any value in this video, please give us a like and a subscribe. We should be putting more content like this up on the channel moving forward. So we appreciate your support. Until next time, stay cool.